LeBron James is the best basketball player to ever play basketball.
I guess New York probably would say that, right? Because they don't like Jordan.
Well, I hate Michael Jordan, so I'm obviously biased, but I genuinely think LeBron's a better basketball player.
Yeah.
I think he has a better career. I think he's a better person. I think he is a better defender. I think he's a better teammate. I think he's a better passer. I think he's better in every way.
Just a kid from Ohio. Akron,
Dude, he's
Akron's finest.
He's the best basketball player to ever play basketball.
That's facts.
It's good to get the basketball shit out of the way because it's just like good warm up. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Kevin,
what's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You miss New York yet?
Yeah, dude. That wallpaper right behind you is just really the Brooklyn collage. It's just bringing me back.
Bring it back Biggie, you miss the trains. You miss the cyclone.
Yeah.
You miss the Hasidic Jews. What do you miss?
All
of it.
Everything. I miss the coldest room in the world.
Our office or this room?
That room. Have they
this room
turned the AC on?
No, it's kind of nice today. It's a little warm. Wow. Yeah.
Oh.
Weather here has been gorgeous. We've been hit with a couple days of 75 and sunny in a row, and so just absolute 15 out of 10 weather.
Yeah, I mean, same here. The weather here has been fucking like yesterday was like probably 78, sunny. Supposed to like really storm, like severe weather. It just didn't hit. It just went the other way. So
wow,
it's a good day.
Riveting stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the front and center weather report.
Yeah,
brought to you by Kevin and Alex.
The weather's been good, and we're
Kevin and Alex in the morning. W444 WBNJ.
We're spanning the Midwest and the East Coast,
Wow. We do it all. Kevin, Mother's Day is back. Excited you gonna be with your mama?
No, I'm leaving on Saturday, I think.
So you went home to Cincinnati. You're in your mom's house for 2 weeks, and you're gonna leave on Mother's Day, the day before Mother's Day?
I mean, should I stay another week, Alex?
I mean, I don't think you should stay another week, but
I drove here. I played myself. I mean, not really, honestly. The drive was all right, and it's nice having a car here. But yeah, I'm coming back. I think Saturday, and
sick.
Got some quality time in with the parents and the family and the nephews. Saw some friends. I don't think I've eaten a vegetable in 2 weeks.
Have you had Skyline?
Yeah, I've had Skyline. I think 3 times. Going for number 4 tomorrow.
This isn't good for the summer diet, Kev.
It's fine. The summer diet will start when I get back.
Yeah, mine started yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Officially 1 day down. Summer body coming soon.
Yes. Summer body coming next week.
Yep, I'll be there. Ready for the pool time.
And I just keep eating these, like, my mom buys all these fucking, like, Rice Krispies and, like, those mini muffins, all that shit for my nephews. And so I'm just eating that. It's just, like, the only thing in the house. And it's like, I can't resist. I'm, like, I need to just, not do it. But I can't. I can't not eat those fucking snacks. And I just keep eating them. And I just instantly feel bad because they suck. And they just, like, spike my blood sugar. And I'm just like, got to take a nap. It's bad.
Dude, what are those mini muffins called? They come in that little bag. Little Bites? Is that what they call them?
Yeah, Little Bites. There's Little Bites everywhere. There's the Funfetti ones. There's like, she's got some like brownie bites with Funfetti in them. Like there's some chocolate chip ones. It's not good for me over here.
Those things are just straight cake. Those things are, those aren't muffins. Those are just straight up dessert.
Realistically, they should be illegal for children to eat because they are certainly not good for them.
Yeah, we talked about Gushers last week. Those things also should be illegal for kids. The fact that kids eat those things is insane.
Listen, I know firsthand. I see my nephew's birthday was I think like the first day I got here, and so we had cake, and they just get so goddamn revved up and so wild, and
yeah,
I don't know, it's crazy. I mean, it's cool to see because like kids on sugar is like
sick.
That's their vice. That's their shit. They love that.
Yeah. Could you imagine? It must be so nice to just eat some like candy and just be like gone for the whole like 4 hours.
Yeah, you're like
around,
just
like
fucked up on sugar.
And down. Yeah. And they drink 3 primes with 200 milligrams of caffeine and they just fucking go nuclear. Yeah, I saw some stuff online about how kids can't tell the difference between the uncaffeinated sports drink prime and the sort of fully caffeinated Red Bull Prime.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
So
problem.
maybe they didn't think that one through so much, but yeah, good luck to that one. To the
You don't say Logan Paul didn't think something through. That's crazy.
yeah,
I'm shocked.
damn. If he needs packaging architecture help, we're here to help him. Kevin, speaking of writer strike, is this why you haven't been in the office for the past 2 weeks? You've been on strike.
Yeah, I was actually thinking. Yeah, this morning I was reading some articles. I was like, should I be on strike? I know I'm not. I'm not. I know I'm not in the union technically, but like, should I be
Yeah.
striking in solidarity?
Yeah,
Because I'm a
dude,
writer.
you are a writer.
I'm a copywriter, and I write the show. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Mhm.
Alex.
Yeah.
Balls in your court. Are you gonna meet
Yeah.
my demands?
Yeah, sorry. Kevin, I'll have to do the show without you. Starting next week, if you go on strike, I'll just have to keep cruising.
You're gonna have a AI bot do the show for me.
Yeah. I did see a lot of those strikers signs were about like Chat GPT. Like Chat GPT doesn't have like childhood trauma.
That's
Okay.
facts, dude.
That's facts. Yeah, no, I agree. But it's like, yeah, but it does write some pretty good stuff.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to delve into that avenue because you know how the American corporation system works. If they can get
Yeah.
something for free or for very
Yeah.
cheap and not have to pay anybody, they will.
No, I agree, and I will say, as someone who's used AI a little bit more over the past like month than I had ever before, you can start to tell when things
Yeah.
are not written by people. It's
Yeah.
got a voice. It doesn't have like it's got some range, but it doesn't have
It's got no fucking grit, you know?
yeah, it's got no soul, man.
Yeah,
It's got no,
no
trauma.
soul.
It can't fucking write things with fucking human insights. You need
Yeah.
those things.
No, you need trauma to be a good writer, to be
That's
good
right.
at
Everyone
anything,
knows that.
to be
Every
funny.
comedian knows that.
Yeah.
I was watching. I didn't finish it, but I watched John Mulaney's stand-up Netflix special about his cocaine addiction. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, he gets like super deep into his addictions and
Yeah.
his rehab. It's like a full special about his intervention and his he was it's pretty fascinating stuff. He was it wasn't just cocaine, it was quite a number of pills.
Oh yeah, he was a pharma head. Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard a clip of him talking. I can't remember with who, but I don't know. He was just like talking about being in a writer's room and like showing up like an hour late, just like tweaking. And he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, if I pass out, it's because I'm sick, not because I'm on drugs." Or I don't know. He's a good liar, like a good presenter. He was probably able to hide it very well because of his tact and ability to speak.
Yeah. I saw an interview. He said something along the lines that he was like, he used drugs to actually get him to a place where he could be sharp and funny and like do his job really well. And he was like, that kind of stuff comes from within.
Mhm.
He's like, I have that stuff, but I'm just too tired and burnt out to be able to sort of perform at the best of his ability. So he's like, drugs actually helped him in his mind be able to perform late night, sort of shows or, sort of late night appearances like Seth Meyers and stuff. So it's actually super interesting hearing him talk about addiction. And then really funny the way he talks about his like intervention. He was 2 hours late because he got a haircut at SNL. That's like, he talks about how he coked out of his mind, went to SNL and got a haircut. That's just something he did at night. He was like at like 8 o'clock at night because he knew that they were all there and he knew that the hair department would give him a haircut. That's the level of drugs he was on. He was getting his haircut at fucking SNL and then going to dinner with friends. And then his friends turned out to not be there for dinner. They were there for an intervention.
Yeah. I mean, getting a haircut with a little buzz is pretty sweet. I enjoy that.
Well, highly recommend. I'm also watching a couple of other things I'd recommend. Speaking of SNL, Pete Davidson's Bupkis is a show that I just started watching. Pete Davidson plays Pete Davidson.
Shocker.
He's his grandfather's dying, who is played by Joe Pesci, and so he's like trying to show him a good time and sort of like live life to the fullest while he still has time. So Pete Davidson, showing his range. I think Pete Davidson only plays Pete Davidson or like characters that are like drug addicted sort of homebodies. Like he can only play Pete Davidson.
Does he have an addiction in there, or are you talking about him just smoking hella weed?
No, I'm just saying like he plays like King of Staten Island. He plays Pete Davidson. The show he plays Pete Davidson. He was Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. He was like played like a teen that loved drugs that got murdered in a sort of murder mystery. He's Big Time Adolescence is another movie. He plays like a big time weed smoking babysitter or some shit like that. So he only plays Pete Davidson. But
he's got range.
The show is pretty good. Beef, Kevin, you watching Beef?
I started Beef. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
it.
on like episode 7, I think.
Yeah. I'm on
It's good. It's a
episode
little slow.
I'm on episode 3. I like Ali Wong a lot.
Me too. And it's a good show, so I'm into it. And then Succession is honestly the best show on TV.
Yeah, I mean that scene with Shiv and Tom was probably their most compelling scene of the entire series. It was
Tough to watch.
It was awesome.
Yeah, the whole thing is fucking insane. So writer strike happening, and hopefully all those writers get back to work. Kev Zuck's back.
Oh, I saw this. I love this.
Dude, so
I would like to retract my former statements about him looking like Steven Seagal out there. It looks like he's a real bona fide jiu-jitsu guy, and the fact that he's able to compete and win these competitions, like he won a competition, right?
Yeah,
that's the story.
He got gold and silver in a guerrilla jiu-jitsu competition. I don't know what that means.
And if you think about it, like if I was doing jiu-jitsu against Mark Zuckerberg, I would be trying my hardest to fuck him up. And so he's probably getting people's best shit, and he's coming out on top. So, I'm sorry, Mark, for doubting you 6, 8, 10 months ago, whatever it was. I apologize. Yeah. I shouldn't have doubted you. You're legit, and look at him go. Damn.
He's nice. This was my take, was that he looked cooler than Jerry Seinfeld in his Kith campaign, which I now stand sort of justified in my sort of take. He did look cool back then, and I think he looks cool again, kicking people's ass. Did you watch the actual video of him competing?
Yeah.
I think he looked cool again. Like he clearly has been training, and he looks like he knows what he's doing. Obviously, he's so rich, he can have him, the world's best jiu-jitsu trainers.
Yeah.
I would say his competition looked a little weak. That was one of my takeaways. It looked a little bit like Canelo Alvarez in his last fight. I don't know if you saw any clips of that, but Canelo had this like big homecoming boxing fight, I think on Saturday night. His opponent did not look. It looked like a man that was not ready for the job.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully Zuck's just out there doing jiu-jitsu all fucking day because he's got the time and money. So
yeah,
maybe it's just prep.
Know. I think he's just prepping, but I do think like the guy that he was fighting, he looked wildly overmatched.
Zuck's just that nice with it. He's just that good.
I don't know. I don't know shit about jiu-jitsu. I just know that I know a jobber when I see a jobber. And I think that's what I saw. I think Zuck was like, yo, film this thing. I'm going to fight this guy. And I think I got him. I didn't see any fighting from Zuck that looked like he was not in control. Is that because he's good or because his competition is...
Are you implying that Zuck rigged this competition in his favor?
I'm implying that Zuck knows what he's doing. I think Zuck knows he's very smart. I think he knows he's being watched. I don't think Zuck is going into a jiu-jitsu tournament with a bunch of fucking warriors, jiu-jitsu champions. He's going against some low-level competition. I think he knew it.
Yeah, he needs to up the competition, and I think he needs to get his ass kicked. Like Rocky. Rocky didn't win all his fights. Dude,
it'd be crazy if Zuck went like full UFC and like he made it, like he actually started fighting like legitimate fighters. There's no way he's doing that. Like I think he looked cool too. Like he looked like he had like the sort of sort of jiu-jitsu shorts. He had some sponsors. Do you see that? I was like, yo, who's sponsoring Zuck's shorts here? How do I
Meta?
Yeah, Meta. I didn't see Meta. I was looking for Meta. I was like, are these sponsored shorts? Do you see the pictures of Bezos and his new girl? Yeah, Bezos was out.
Like the ones at Coachella?
Sort of, yeah. Maybe it was Coachella. And maybe they're old, but they were circling around a bit. And dude, he looks so jacked. He just looks so huge. And all the comments were about what drugs he's on, like what kind of steroids he's on.
Yeah.
So they were saying he was on Tren. I don't even know what Tren is. What the fuck is that?
I'm not a big steroids guy.
Apparently some HGH thing. I don't know. On Twitter, there was a lot of speculation around sort of like what Bezos, and his girl is jacked too. He looked fucking they look huge together.
Just goes to show you, money can buy anything. You can be
Yeah.
ripped and you can have a really hot girlfriend.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, Tren. All things are possible through Tren. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's some sort of HGH sort of steroid thing. And yeah, he's jacked. He's got this like girlfriend that looks also like she should fight UFC or WWE. And I'd like to see Bezos take on Zuck. That's really what I'd like to see. I'd like to see the two of them in some sort of ring.
I think Bezos would fuck Zuck up, you know?
Yeah,
I think Zuck might be a little soft. Bezos has got that like, I don't know. He got it out the mud. Like I feel like he had some lean years, like maybe in his like early 20s. I don't know exactly. I could be totally wrong, but I think there's pictures of him like in a garage, right?
Yeah,
starting his company in a fucking garage.
I can't wait till I get to my fucking 40s, 50s, my incredible jacked years, dude. When I just start fucking like, when I just look like I can fucking run through a wall.
Yeah, that's what's holding me back. Is I'm just not rich enough to be jacked.
Same.
I'm just not rich enough to be in shape either. Like
that's true.
It's out of my hands.
Yeah, I want to look like a fucking outside linebacker, you know? I just want to look like just a regular dude that can fucking rush a quarterback and sort of get, you know, create some havoc in the pocket. That's how rich I'm trying to get.
If I had the money, I would certainly be on a lot of stuff. I would be finely tuned.
Yeah.
Living my best life.
I don't think Zuck is like that. I don't think Zuck is on anything. I think Zuck looks like he's actually just training and like working hard on jujitsu. And I think like Zuck's whole thing is like he goes on these like mini missions. He's like, I'm going to learn how to like kill and cook all my food. Or he's like, I'm going to learn how to do martial arts, or I'm going to learn how to do that weird like surfboarding thing. You know,
sounds like he's been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he was he on Rogan? I think he was.
I don't know.
I think Zuck was on Rogan. So yeah, fucking shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. Shout out to Jeff Bezos.
Do you think he hit the blunt?
On fitness. I don't think he did. I think
Zuck's never hit a blunt in his life.
No, Zuck is never doing anything cool. Bezos on the other side, I mean, I don't know. Bezos is on his fucking wild shit. I feel like he's a wild boy.
Bezos probably had some sick designer drugs at Coachella. I can't
even Who would you rather hang out with? I think I'd rather hang out with Bezos. I feel like Bezos is having a good time. Like Bezos is like, he takes out the yacht. He's like, he's eating some crazy food. He's doing some crazy shit, drugs. Like, I feel like Zuck is like, just, he's going to sleep early and, he's got jujitsu training in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, I think hanging like a night out with Bezos is definitely going to be more eccentric and you're going to get into some wild shit, hopefully. With the Zuck, you're probably just grilling out in his backyard, eating some smoked meats with some Sweet Baby Rays. Maybe probably watching like a weird YouTube compilation or some shit. Like,
well, shout out to me. Now I know what now I know what Tren is apparently, and that's a thing that is.
We should try it for the pod.
Yeah, we should do it. We should go full Bezos and just get insanely jacked.
Yeah,
for the summer.
If anyone knows about steroids, hit my line.
Let's do this.
Let's get fucking ripped.
Cool. Yeah. Billy's back, Kevin. Moving on to another eccentric genius.
Billy McFarlane, part 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think we talked about this a little bit, but he's trying to bring Fire Festival back. I think he knows that's his only real way to get anyone to give a shit about him. It's like
all bark, no bite.
Yeah, I just don't see. I'm starting to lose my Billy appetite.
Yeah, I mean, he is just kind of a fuckboy.
Yeah, like this tweet, it doesn't even have any likes. Fucking fuck you, Billy McFarlane.
The views to likes ratio and retweets is incredibly low. I mean, I don't think.
Yeah.
Stop talking about it and be about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like he has this company called Pirate or something like that. He was like trying to do something that wasn't Fire Festival, and it was some sort of like tech sort of business. And I think he just realized that like he's just going back to Fire Festival.
I think what he needs to do is he needs to start a MLM.
It's kind of what he had already.
Yeah, but like he needs to get something, maybe like a cool MLM going. Like maybe that like a self-aware scammy type thing. Maybe he's putting on scam seminars. I don't know.
I think it's sad now. I think it was funny and now it's just kind of sad. Like Fire Festival 2 is not happening. No artists are going. No one really cares. I think he tried to like challenge Ja Rule to a celebrity boxing fight. Like I think that's where his career is going. Like I think it's just going that way, and you hate to see it. Really sad.
Yeah. I'm also sad that Firefest 2 is not going to happen. I wanted to
Yeah, I
go.
mean, he's threatening it, but I think if it happens, it's going to be like it'll be at a bar in like Brooklyn. I think it's not going well for Billy. Poor Billy.
Oh yeah,
Kevin, do you see Jared Leto was out in the streets in his Met Gala costume in Soho?
of course he was.
That's just Jared Leto doing Jared Leto things.
Yeah, on May 6th, several days post
Wow.
Met Gala. Just,
Yeah.
hey, he liked his fit. Also, I'd like to retract the props I gave him for pulling that fit off at the Met Gala. I'd like to now retract those because
Really? Why?
wear it once, you don't need
Mm.
this extra attention. You're literally going out to like create a viral moment for yourself. Just, let your outfit live at the Met Gala, and you don't need to be walking around in the cat outfit, especially around Soho.
I mean, I think you give him a week, to kind of have fun with this thing. But yeah, I see what you're saying. You had your moment. We don't need to do that again.
Yeah, he should be in Dime Square doing that shit. Imagine
Yeah.
pulling up to Dimes, bro, and you just see freaking Jared Leto
Jared
there in his
Leto?
goddamn cat outfit. That'd be so lit. Me and my boys would be
Yeah.
fucking hype. We'd be taking IG pics and
Yeah.
trying to make TikToks and shit.
That's exactly what people are doing. They're just like out here, like trying to take pictures with him and like TikToks. It's like, I'm not a Jared Leto guy. That's not my guy.
fuck Jared Leto and his weird cult.
I think, you know what? Like, don't go out there. You don't see Doja Cat fucking walking around Soho in her cat face, just let it. You had a moment. It was fun. You don't need to do it again. We're
Yeah,
good.
you don't see Bad Bunny out still in New York. Bad Bunny,
Yeah.
he's going to WWE pay-per-views and performing, getting choke slammed and shit.
That was sick. I don't watch wrestling, but I am fully supportive of Bad Bunny's WWF career, WWE career.
I mean, I think the goal for me is to get to the point where I can make guest appearances on WWE
Oof,
or
we're almost there,
AEW,
Kev,
or
yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
we're
pod's
almost
going
there, dude.
so well, dude. You're almost at a place where if you're out there and you can get Kevin sort of a spot, if you will. I don't know what they call that in wrestling.
Let me get rich enough to be on steroids.
Ooh, this
The
is
best
good. This is
cocktail.
good.
Yeah.
First,
And then-
got to do steroids.
Yeah, and then once I'm in peak physical shape, I'll start training for WWE, and I'll just
That's
pop
right.
in. I'll pop in whenever I
Mm.
want. Maybe take
This
the
sounds
belt.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's a good
Kev-
arc for me.
that's pretty good. I'm not trying to take away, but if I get on steroids and I'm jacked, can we be tag team partners, please?
Absolutely.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
I just want to get the buff part. I'm not necessarily super here for the wrestling part, but I just want to be buff like an outside linebacker, like I said before. You see in Jersey, someone dumped 500 pounds of pasta in the woods.
500 pounds, 400 pounds, 15 wheelbarrows worth. A lot
Yeah.
of numbers being thrown around here.
Are you saying there's not as much pasta as people are saying?
I'm just questioning how they're getting these metrics.
Yeah, 15 wheelbarrows, 500 pounds. Yeah,
I mean, I read 15 wheelbarrows, and it must be like there must be some video footage out there of somebody dumping this in the woods. The reporting on this story is a little sketchy as to who did this and why they did this. It seemed like there was some veteran who just lost his mother, who was like, I don't know, maybe the macaroni was like a symbol of his mom, and he dumped it in the woods to like, ashes to ashes, dust to dust type shit. But
a tribute. This is very Jersey.
yeah, and then they're like not snitching on the guy because it's like his mother. He's doing it for his mother. I don't know. This is like the biggest Jersey story of all time.
Do you think Mischief is behind this? Like, who do you think is behind this?
I don't know. But
HBO? We're talking, Sopranos promo?
yeah, the weird thing is like he dumped 15 wheelbarrows full of dry pasta in the woods. Like dry pasta does not expire. What compels somebody? And like,
It's true.
Is it coming out of a pickup truck? Like, the logistics on the story are bonkers.
Yeah,
I need to see some video, but I don't think that's coming because Jersey ain't no snitches,
Yeah, the visual is quite striking because it's a fuck ton of pasta. And I think one of the things I noticed right away was that it looked like it did have some tomato sauce on it. Like maybe this is just a photo, but maybe I'm just hungry. But like I do see a little bit of tomato sauce. It doesn't look like just dry pasta, sort of like it looks like cooked marinara sauce in spaghetti. Like it does have a bit of that vibe. And so I don't know. I think obviously the story that they're telling is that someone's grandma died, as you meant, mother, and they were cleaning out the uncooked pasta and sort of put it in the back of the house. 15 wheelbarrows full of pasta in the back of the house,
That's a
dry
hoarder.
pasta. And then in the moisture and the rain, it turned into sort of what looks like cooked pasta. So it was originally uncooked, but there was so much of it that they decided to dump it in the woods.
Yeah, and I guess
Like,
I guess a bunch of Italians came and started dumping marinara sauce on it and eating it.
I don't know. This story's not adding up. Like,
I know.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time understanding. They're saying that they don't want him to relive the trauma, referring to the military career and the death of his mother. I don't know. This is all a little bizarre to me.
Yeah, where does one acquire 500 pounds of elbow macaroni? It's just confusing. Like, why would
Yeah.
somebody's mom or grandma have that much fucking dry pasta? And why wouldn't you just be like, oh, yeah, this never goes bad. Let me give this to somebody who can use it or need it, or let me donate this.
Also, I imagine it was in boxes, right? Like this pasta doesn't just come in just like a wheelbarrow, right? Like, why would you, if you have this much
Nah,
pasta
in Jersey, you can buy metric tons of pasta.
and then just go like, if you're trying to throw it out, right? Why do
Yeah.
you put it in the woods? Like, it looks like it's in a murder scene. It looks like you took it out to the fucking creek and like
Yeah.
Adriana. Like, it looks like Christopher. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it looks like a scene from Sopranos. Like, they got rid of the body, but the body is just pasta.
Maybe it's a nod to the old times of, doing mob shit with your friends. Maybe they're sending a signal to Big Pasta.
I think a little bit of pasta is fine. Like, maybe they threw it out or whatever, but like 500 pounds, like this photo is insane. It's a ton of pasta. And I just don't understand why you would put it in the fucking creek or in the woods and like just not throw this out like a normal, like throw this in the garbage or I just don't know. I don't know what is going on here. And I'm not buying the sort of like the mother's death and the sort of I don't know. The military veteran, and I don't know. I'm gonna need to see a Netflix doc about this. That's what what this is gonna come down to. I need more information. It looks like the police department doesn't really have a good lead on what's going on in the story here.
It looks like they're
So,
protecting the guy too.
yeah,
Nobody-
they were like,
nobody
we don't
wa-
have any more information.
Who is this guy? He's a made man.
Yeah, I'm looking at another photo now. I have more angles of this pasta. It is looking a little bit less sauced.
Yeah.
The photo that I'm seeing right now looks a little bit.
It could have just
drier
been
than
that
the-
red Jersey clay.
And I don't know what's going on here, but a wild story, and we'll have to keep an eye on this. See, to me, this is more interesting than Billy McFarland.
Yeah, massive dub for Jersey though. This is a PR wet dream for them.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, this is great for Jersey. You know what's great for Cleveland, Kevin?
A logo design contest.
A logo design contest. That's right. So the Cleveland Browns are having a design contest for the Dog Pound. So the Dog Pound is like the fan section, right?
Yeah.
They're sort of like the official fan sort of moniker for the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns famously have, I think, one of the best brand identities in sports, in the fact that they don't really have much like logo. Like their helmet is just orange. Like they don't have a logo on their helmet. I think that's sick.
And they're named after shit, and they're really a shitty team, historically shitty franchise. So checks out.
Yeah, and I will say that like dark brown orange combination that they've been rocking most recently, like that Odell Beckham Jr. era when he was there, and they wear that sort of like dark brown neon orange color, like that's kind of sick to me.
It is sick. That is one of my favorite, all shade aside, that is one of my favorite uniform combinations where they do the brown jersey, orange numbers on brown pants. It's fucking clean.
I like that their logo is a helmet.
Yeah.
Like that shit is kind of sick. Like the fact that they don't have like a mascot or an animal or anything, like their helmet has nothing on it. And then their logo is a helmet that has nothing on it. Like that's kind of gangster in a world of sports where there's so much shit everywhere. Like they're just known for these two colors.
Yeah. They have a couple secondary mascots though. The dog is one of them.
Yeah.
And then they have this guy, Brownie the elf, who, if you'll remember,
fucking weird.
They painted him on the 50-yard line for a lot of the games this season, which went hard. It was a good move. It's a good mascot.
Brownie is super old school. Like Brownie looks like he was designed in like the 40s or 30s. I don't have the exact numbers on when he was when Brownie was around, but I'm thinking a long time ago.
Yeah. So this is
40s, 48, 1948
wow.
was the first Brownie. And then in the 50s and 60s, they brought in sort of the new Brownie, which is the one that they put on the sort of field, which is crazy.
So this logo contest is directly inspired from a TikTok video that somebody made, right?
Her name is Emily Morgan. And so Emily Morgan got famous on TikTok because she does rebrands for sports teams. And I guess they decided to work with her to create a competition to do basically an identity for the dog pound. So it's not for the team per se, but it's for the fans. And so I'd imagine this would become something that they can use for, you know, selling t-shirts and shit at the stadium.
Yeah, so they made a competition, and if she doesn't win, is that weird? Like, she didn't design all these logos. Oh,
It is a bit weird. It is a bit weird. Also, so I'm on the website right now, and they have like she's ranked number 1 right now. So I'm with you. I'm calling a little bit of this feels a little rigged.
Yeah,
I would say hers is one of the better ones, and because I saw the video, I know that the CLE is in the neck, which is a kind of nice move.
One thing about her is she's always going to bury those some city initials in the logo she's making.
Yeah, I
think or the team name or whatever it is.
Yeah, she's got some hits and she's got a bunch of misses, in my opinion. No disrespect,
like all designers do.
Like exactly, like all of us, we have some hits and some misses, and yeah, she's putting good numbers up on the board, and I do think this is one of the better ones. So it's cool that the team jumped on it and was like, okay, cool, we're gonna celebrate this kind of like internet design activity. I've seen much more design on TikTok. Maybe it's just what my algorithm is feeding me, but like there's definitely a ton of people reviewing brands. There's definitely a ton of people doing logo redesigns. There's a ton of people with like hot takes. And have you ever seen the guy that does like he makes food healthy? Have you ever seen that dude? He'll like take like Twinkies. He's like, I'm gonna rebrand and repackage these things to make them healthy. And he'll just be like, I'm gonna say it's natural. I'm gonna say it's like, you know, guy, like, and he'll just like put a bunch of shit that's like legal to say, even though it's all bullshit. I kind of like that guy.
Yeah, it's a good guy.
Facts. Yeah, good guy. So yeah, this is an interesting competition.
Something fishy going on with this competition.
Something fishy going on. I think they're obviously they're rigging it for Emily to win, and I don't think any of the other logos are particularly better or that much different. Nah, there's a couple of other ones. I think that
I liked some of the bad ones. Like they were I think that whatever this fucking dog thing is, it's traditionally like a bulldog for some reason, and some of them like aren't even bulldogs. Like there was one that was like a very minimal vector rendering of what looked to be a terrier with a football in its mouth. I know that one was really nice. Like I liked some of the shitty ones that like ascended the rankings. And
I'm looking at these right now.
You know, maybe if the front and center crew could get in there and start boosting some of the worst ones up to the front, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, these are all kind of the same in my opinion. They all kind of look the same. And so my thing with like free design competitions, it's always like, well, what do you get, you know, if you win? Because I feel like there's always like some weird you know, some bullshit where they'll be like, we'll give you a t-shirt, and then they go and like sell 8 million fucking hats and, you know, all this merchandise with your work on it. So you get 4 club seats tickets
for the season
Cleveland
or
Browns
for a game?
prime seat. Yeah, that's what I don't know. It's not clear whether you get 4 tickets for a game or 4 tickets for a season, because I think if you get 4 tickets for a season, we're talking, you know, that costs, you know, maybe like what, 10 grand or something if you get good seats, or I don't know. I don't know how much fucking Cleveland Brown season tickets cost, but 4 tickets for
club
a season,
seats are pretty expensive.
We're talking like $10,000-$20,000, I guess, if the tickets are really good. To me, that feels right. If you give someone 4 tickets, just one game for a logo that the team now owns forever,
it's bad business.
I don't know. That's not that, like, I have to put my fucking graphic designer fucking cape on for a second and be like, I think this is bad for design. Like I think that's a bad deal. That's a bad deal. And I think the fucking Cleveland Browns should be ashamed.
Yeah, I also agree with that. They should be ashamed
Yeah.
for a lot of reasons.
um,
But especially because they're running a design contest where they're exploiting designers and basically plundering their work and giving them 4
yeah.
tickets. Eh,
Yeah. 4 tickets, 4 season tickets. Again, I'm not saying that that's perfect either, but I don't know. 4 tickets feels a little like, I don't know. I feel like we're getting the raw end of the deal here.
hey, I don't know. We'll see who wins, and we'll see what this deal actually entails because it's a little unclear.
Yeah, I think this is like I don't know. I think this is again like in the spirit of it, it feels good, right? You're like, oh wow, there's all this like TikTok energy going on, people doing brand designs for teams and stuff. And this Emily sort of Morgan girl is like, she's making some cool stuff. Let's like get her involved. And like all of it seems good on paper. But then I think for me, it just kind of feels like you're definitely getting free design. And then you pick one design and you pay very, very little for it. Like,
And you're getting loads of free content too because they've been posting about it and they've been getting press about it too.
yeah. So I think this is sort of
It's bunk.
yeah, and taking advantage, I think is what's happening.
There's no
Kevin,
love lost between me and Cleveland and the Cleveland
there you
Browns.
go.
So
Exactly. And I
yeah,
never
they
liked
suck.
them anyway. I like the colorway though, I will
Yeah,
say.
I agree.
The
I
Knicks,
agree.
can I just say something? The Knicks, we don't need to go on this tangent, but the fact that they have not worn blue jerseys this postseason, they deserve to lose. That's an official design take.
They haven't
on
worn the
Knicks.
blues.
No, they wear this navy blue jersey and they wear black and they wore white at home. Like
What?
they've not worn like just a traditional Knicks blue jersey. So stop it. Like black is cool every now and then, maybe like, but come on, we're fucking in the playoffs for the first time in second round for a million years. Like wear regular fucking blue jerseys. Like what are you doing?
Got to be wearing the classics.
Yeah, you just got to wear your classic jerseys. Like that navy blue Knicks jersey makes me so angry. Like, what the fuck is that? Like
The black one goes pretty hard though. I will say
the one they wore the black one last night,
Yeah.
and I have to say it does look pretty cool. But it's like black and then the royal blue and the orange, and you're like, okay, that's kind of cool. The navy blue and sort of orange and like that jersey sucks.
I
Get
like that.
shit out
I
of
like
here.
that one too. But
No,
but
that sucks. Get that out of here.
where the classics, especially
Yeah.
the playoffs. The playoffs, you're making like franchise defining moments, and then for you to
Yes.
be in like an alternate
Yes.
uniform that Nike is
Yes.
making you wear is like
Yes.
does a disservice to the franchise.
Yeah, and this navy blue Knicks jersey, get that shit out of here. It's got
Yeah.
like blue piping on the letters, but that's it. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, wear a regular blue Knicks jersey with orange letters. Like, what are we doing here? I agree with you. This is, sort of team defining moments. And it's like, you don't want to be wearing some like third tier. Remember when the basketball, like LeBron won the championship and like the t-shirt jerseys?
Yeah. Oh,
Dude, they
those were
shouldn't count those jerseys.
those were so
those
bad.
championships. You shouldn't wait. You shouldn't. Any championship you won in a t-shirt jersey should be eliminated from the record book. I
Yeah,
don't think that
those
should
were
count.
truly bad. And
Yeah.
Alex, you before the show you were talking about how LeBron is the GOAT, but then you
Right.
keep subtracting his championships.
Yeah, no. LeBron is the best basketball player to ever play basketball. But here on the record, I'll say it. I've been saying it for 10 years. Michael Jordan sucks. LeBron James is the best basketball player to ever play basketball. When it's all said and done, it won't even be close. I don't even think it's that close right now. We have to remove his championship where he wore the t-shirt jersey, and then we also have to remove his championship when he won in the bubble, because that doesn't count either. So
Yeah, this is all
I do think
cap.
he's got a lot of championships to win to match Jordan, which is the only metric that you could say that Jordan hasn't beat in. And I'm making it harder for him because I keep removing some of his trophies. But
Yeah, now he's got to win 4 more. Jeez.
yeah, he's got to win so many more. Kevin, I got to move on. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and LL Bean is going off the grid.
Nothing says you're going off the grid like making a social media post that's saying you're going off the grid.
Well, they have to, because if they didn't tell people, no one would know. They'd just be like, "Oh man, LL Bean hasn't posted in a while."
Yeah,
Maybe
where the
3 people would say that.
Where the hell has LL Bean been? Yeah, I'm actually doing the same thing with Front and Center, Alex.
Yeah, Mental Health Month.
I'm on strike and I'm taking Mental Health Awareness Month very seriously.
This explains why you haven't been posting on our page. Mental health awareness, and yeah, no, writer strike. The combination, a brutal combination.
I know,
for our page.
It's really it's doing us a disservice this month. It's my hands are tied, Alex. You know, if I
Yeah.
could, if I could, I would, dude. But I
Dude,
just I can't. My hands are tied here. It's a tough
yeah,
situation.
I get it, and I support you in both ways. Kevin,
Thank you.
L Bean partnered with Dr. Paul Piff, a researcher they didn't just make up, studying an emerging field called the science of awe, whose work reveals how nature and the powerful and calming feelings it evokes has been scientifically proven to enhance our overall well-being. Shout out to Paul. Shout out to Paul Piff.
Is this
Um,
new? Is this new information that they're doing research on how going outside and doing activities is good for your mental health? What a
yeah,
waste
it's a
of
good
money.
use of money. Yeah,
Any
what the
any
fuck?
fucking idiot on the street could have told you that. Jeez.
As we log off and head outside for Mental Health Awareness Month, we hope it inspires you to find some time to do the same. No, it's not, LL Bean. Like, what? You going off in social media is not doing anything for anyone.
Wait,
And
so they're
also,
let me get this straight.
yeah.
They gave every employee the whole
Mhm.
month off. Every employee that's on a computer every day, all day, every day.
That's
They
that's a
gave the entire
great
employees.
question.
They gave them
I
all
just
the month off.
no. You bring up a great question. That does not say the company is in any way taking any time off. All they're saying is they're logging off of social media. That's all they're saying. A digital pause. That's all.
Honestly, dude, this is the best social media campaign ever. Like, think about the social media team pitching this and being like, "Hey guys, Mental Health Awareness Month. We're not going
Yeah.
to post it all.
Yeah.
We get the whole month off. We don't have to do anything, and we're
Yeah.
gonna come out looking really good for it.
Yeah. Yeah. This feels like they're just trying to
Epic
steal.
win for them.
They're just stealing a page from Patagonia, who literally like closed down their store and their e-commerce store on Black Friday. Like that is actually making a stance and actually doing something. This is bullshit. This is just giving your social media team a month off and, and then telling everyone about it. Like, when your friends like quit in like Instagram or something. I did this on the show last week. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing Instagram or whatever. I'm like, it's like, saying you're going off the grid and then going off the grid is the most like online thing. It's like, if you really were doing this for the right reason, just go away.
Yeah. Hey,
Just do it. Also, you didn't need a fucking researcher to study that going outside makes you feel better.
No, they did. You'll never guess which platform I read this on, Alex.
LinkedIn, of course. 100%.
Yeah.
This is a LinkedIn story. This is, again, you have to tell LinkedIn that you're taking time off for your marketing campaign. That literally is just like, sort of verbal meme. It's like Patagonia doesn't sell products on Black Friday, and then LL Bean sort of pointing back at them, Spider-Man meme style, being like, we took a month off of Instagram. Like it's the same thing. It's just worse, way worse.
Yeah, I'm actually getting an elective surgery to get some ribs removed so I can suck myself off, and I'm going to post about it on LinkedIn.
Jesus Christ! All right, moving on. Kevin, Fall Out Boy is back. We talked about Blink-182 being back. Fall Out Boy is back, and they have a new album. And to sort of make it exciting for all the massive Fall Out Boys, they partnered with an art studio named Brain, and they created a clear colored vinyl, aka Crinal, and it's made with Pete Wentz's real tears. So I guess they actually took his tears out of his eyes, and then they sort of injected them into the actual vinyl that they pressed.
It's a cool project. I wish.
Yeah.
The only thing, my only build to this project would be, I wish there was like a documentary on, or a little short video on the tear extraction and how that happened.
Yes.
I think, I'm just curious to know, like, what was he thinking about? What were they telling him? Like, how did they get him to cry? Yeah.
Yeah. How did he cry? I think I saw a video where there was like a syringe type thing and they were like taking a tear. So a couple
I just want some context.
Yeah. Shout out to Jeff Cardos, longtime friend of the show and friend of the studio, who worked on this. We have to mention Jeff. Shout out to Kieran, who is also on the center team and worked with Jeff, I believe, on the typeface. All that shit looks really great. Concept wise, I like it. Concept wise, I think it's very fun in terms of like it feeling very mischiefy. Remember, they put like blood and sneakers. This feels very much.
They did the Saw Blade record with The Weeknd.
That's right. So, but I love this. I think Fall Out Boy is known for making sort of pop punk emo, and Tears I feel like go well with it. And we have some good quotes here from Pete Wentz. Music is more than just sound waves. It's passion, struggle, and emotion. That's why we developed a new kind of record, one that contains the artist's actual tears. When you listen to Crying on the release, you're not just listening to what the artist played, you're feeling what they felt.
Wow.
I don't know if that's a quote from Fall Out Boy or from Pete Wentz himself.
It's on the
That's
website.
just a quote. Oh, okay, that's just a website. So I like it. I think it's smart. I think it's cool. And then I really like how the box has some tissues on the inside. So
Yeah.
you both it's got tears on the inside, and then it's got a little tissue holder or a little sort of opening for tissues to come out of. All in all, cool concept, very fun.
Yeah, cool
It's a must
concept. I just like to say, shout out to Jeff for not crediting me. I was in the room. I consulted on this a little bit. We had
Okay.
a phone call where me and Jeff were, throwing some ideas back and forth. But I guess it was all Jeff. All Jeff and Brain.
No credit.
No, it's okay.
What's Brain? Do we know?
It's an art studio in Los Angeles.
Sick. Shout out to them.
It seems a little
Nice
mysterious. I'm interested.
Shout out to Brain. I don't know who they are. I hope it's run by some guy named Brian. That's all I got to say.
I think it actually is.
I think it is too. I think I may have read that.
I think I'm connected with Brian on LinkedIn.
Brian, aka
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
That rules. So shout out to him.
Very sick work.
Very sick. We got a couple more sick things we just want to shout out really quickly. Sundance got a new update for its brand. It's the first ever sort of evergreen brand identity system. Previously to this, Sundance would change its identity every year. And they would have
this
sort
is
of
evergreen? I didn't read that.
Yeah. So they would have like a completely new system every single year. And I kind of liked that. It was kind of like the Super Bowl when they kind of just like every year would have like something totally new and something completely wild. And so
sometimes they'd miss.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be really weird, and sometimes it'd be really cool, and sometimes it'd be really funky, and sometimes it'd be real straight. And I was kind of hoping secretly to get an opportunity to do one eventually. That was kind of a dream on my sort of bucket list, would be to one year get to do the sort of Sundance Film Festival sort of yearly identity. And so unfortunately that dream looks like it's just got a bit further away because they are doing a sort of evergreen identity system, and it was done by the good people over at Porter Rocha, and they did a great job. I mean, it's just simple and it's iconic, and it uses Monument Grotesque, which is a typeface I really love from Dynamo, and uses rounded corners that mimic sort of film strips, and it's got a whole ton of motion, and it feels very both modern and iconic, and I think that's a hard thing to do, and it feels like it's it's built to last, I would say. And I think the applications of it all are really where it shines. If you go check it out on their website or go to, Brand New, which is where we're getting the story from. And it's just really clean, really nice, really sort of simple, but effective.
Yeah. Chef's kiss on this project. It seems like it can also be extended and flushed out pretty easily by, whoever it is making this stuff. Also,
it's cool.
Fucking solid system.
Yeah, it's really clean and really nice. And I do think sometimes when they kind of get a little wild with it and they bring in some of those like gradients, like I think that's kind of cool. So I think it could get extended, or it could get like, sort of freaked if in the future, where it could kind of go in different ways. But I think the core of it is just like, bam, like it's just simple. And it's kind of like, it feels fresh, and it feels bold, and it feels kind of, it feels like kind of something that's, I don't want to say obvious, because I think that's the wrong word and there's like a negative connotation, but it just feels right.
Yeah.
I think is maybe what I would say. It feels meant to be. And you could say, oh yeah, film strip or film festival. Like that's kind of like one of the first things you might think of, but like it just works. It really works, and it really looks great. And Porter Rocha is one of my favorite design studios out there. Shout out to Leo and Felipe, and like just kind of just doing really fucking sick stuff, and just constantly bringing up in the ante of what brand identity systems look like. So shout out to them, kind of crushing it always. And this one is for me one of my faves.
Yeah, it's about the movies.
It's about the movies, man. And they love a rounded corner over there. They love a rounded corner. Their website is all rounded corners. So this feels very much right for them, and it feels right for the festival. And I'm excited to see how they use it in the future. Like I agree. Like I think it seems like a system that could be implemented easily, and also could kind of I think there's opportunity for expression down the road if it ever gets like sort of if it gets sort of repetitive as they run it every year. And there's a little bit of part of me that doesn't love when brand identities like this like become sort of systemized. Like I liked when the Super Bowl had crazy different logos, and when they kind of just created that system where it's like it's always the same. Now it kind of loses some of its playfulness, but you know what? There's always time in the future. Who knows? Who knows what the future will hold? Kevin, Minute Maid got a refresh. Minute Maid is famously Coca-Cola owned beverage company. It's a huge global brand. It's the world's largest juice brand. This story also comes from Brand New. And so what you need to know about it is that while it's Minute Maid here in America, it's like 7 other brands all across the world and with different names. So Del Valle, Copy, like there's a bunch of other names for Minute Maid. And so there's been something that I'm aware of because I worked at Coke. I don't know if you knew that, Kevin, but it's a big time brand outside of America. Like I think this is much more popular overseas. Here, I feel like Tropicana really runs the orange juice game, which is a Pepsi brand. But no, Minute Maid has some good like lemonade. They got some other good products. And so this is a sort of global rebrand that sort of brings in all of those brands into one system under one identity. And it was done by a combination of JKR, Gray, VMLY&R, and Landor and Fitch. So that's like
fucking
4 different agencies. I think most of them are advertising agencies. I guess Landor is a design agency, but that's not. So I don't know. I don't know exactly how that works, but I think this is a nice job. It's a unified brand identity system for all these brands together. And I feel like they all feel nice and modern. The typeface got a bit of a sort of a gloopy update, bit of a Chobani-ish feel to it at times, which would be my only sort of criticism here. It's like, it does feel like a sort of bright Chobani, I guess, with some colors. I like the colors. It feels more modern, feels more youthful. And a lot of fruit. And I think this like packaging sampling of the wide family is really, really nice. Like that to me is like, wow, that's really cool to see like all the brands together and sort of all the different colors that they're using. And yeah, it's really nice. Yeah. Simple, clean.
I miss the old Minute Maid logo. The one that looked like it was Cherry Coke's brother.
I don't know. I don't know if
you don't know that one.
Yeah, I'd have to take a look.
Well, you're gonna love it.
I will say there's a video here about like decade after decade about Minute Maid. Minute Maid had some cool packaging back in the day.
You did check it out.
Oh shit, that's fun. Yeah. That fucking rules. I love that.
Oh yeah. And this one.
Yeah, that one's crazy. Yeah, that's cool. I need to bring some of that stuff back. Yeah, there's some cool black in their system. Like if you go back and look at some of them, like they had this like all black like orange juice box. Like that shit is really sick. Obviously, I can understand why they're not going to go back to that. I think that is would be a bit drastic for today's world, but I think they've done a nice job of keeping this thing bright and light and still black, right? The main brand is on black, and they have this sort of M container shape that sort of goes across all the brands, which is interesting and sort of fills up. And I don't know. I think it like I said, it kind of has like a Cooper Chobani feel, which is exactly what Armin said in Brand New. Yeah, my first thought again was like, it does like, especially the thinner weights of the typeface in some of the applications, they feel like if you showed me that and like, what brand is this? I think I would say Chobani maybe, but that's not a bad thing because Chobani is really beautiful and sort of feels natural. And so I understand why they went that way. And it all looks really great. I'm on low battery mode, so we got to kind of end the podcast a little bit here. Last story of the day is fuckoatly.com, FCKOATLY. And it is a website that is completely dedicated to helping their fans and the thousands of people who hate Oatly better understand what's wrong with the company. So apparently there has been a ton of people out there with negative thoughts and negative feelings, posts, petitions, things against Oatly, and they've decided to give all of those criticisms a home. And that website is called fuckoatly.com. And it is I guess, a retrospective of all the things that are bad about the famous milk company or alternative milk company. This feels very fun. This feels very Oatly. Obviously, Oatly has an incredible brand voice. They're known for that. They're like one of the best copywritten brands in the game today. I think this idea is very funny. I think it's in line with sort of their general brand tonality and sort of marketing. I think my favorite part is at the end. It's like, if you hate fuckoatly.com, you can go to fuckoatly.com, and that brings you to another site. That feels really great. I'm here for this. It feels, it feels like counterculture, even though it's, they're not really trying to get ahead of their criticisms and claims, but it's a fun way to get people.
I think they are trying to really get ahead of their criticisms, because I mean, this is a really good piece of creative that came out of, this is just a solid idea. I'm a fan of it. I mean, I really don't fuck with Oatly as a brand. I don't think their oat milk is very good, and they're backed by some questionable people, questionable large money VCs, and I'm just not really about them. But I mean, this is a really good piece of creative, and they're very smart to do it, because they are getting out in front of these controversies and honestly making light of them. And I think Oatly has a lot of stans who are willing to ride and die for the brand, and they see this and they're like, that's funny as fuck. Like, I don't care about any of these. So I mean, getting out in front of them and owning them is definitely a move, especially in today's landscape. But it's a funny website. They did a good job, and fuck Oatly is
super funny.
Top.
Yeah, no, you're right, Kevin. Actually, I'll be honest, I hadn't really explored this enough, and now I'm looking into it. You're seeing, like, they actually have criticism tweets and posts, and I imagine a lot of this comes from LinkedIn or Twitter or things that people have put on their posts. So a lot of them are actual real criticisms that they have received from fans and from sort of people online. So they're basically just doing PR. Like, they have, like, obviously PR sort of responses to some of this criticism. And so they're just kind of gathering all their sort of, responses in one place, but they're showing actually the real posts that people say, like, why do you contaminate a great product with rapeseed oil? Like, they're actually, answering the real questions that they're getting from real people, and just doing it in sort of a fun and playful way. So I'm totally here for this idea. And I think you're right. They are actually, responding to real scandals and real questions and real things, and versus just like doing this for like the sake of it and trying to be funny, So I think but while still being funny and doing it in a very Oatly way. And so I don't know, this is genius in my mind. This is like really good marketing. And I think, is a really fun way to play with like cancel culture in a way, right? Which is to say that people are going to have opinions. They're going to say things. They're going to try to like, they're gonna make their voices heard. And if you can create a way to respond to those things that don't just feel like PR statements, like this kind of feels like PR statements, but in a sort of fun and sort of a more entertaining way.
They're spinning this shit so hard it's frothy.
Yeah, damn, dude, that's fucking good. That's right, and that's where we should end the show. Thank you, Kevin. It's good to pod with you again, and you'll be back and I'll be gone. So we're going to be
like ships
in the night. And so we'll continue doing these remote long distance pods. And I look forward to the next one.
Yeah. Peace.